Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what do I do? What do we do? Help! Help, 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 help. Oh my god! Ah! What is good, my beautiful broken people? It's your boy Bentpinkeez, aka your boy's been sick and been lying down all day long, sitting all day long. So my back has seized up, tensed up. So follow along as I show you how to use a foam roller to release your low back. All right, this guy right here, where you feel mega old. So key to doing that is foam roll everything that's around the lower back. So grab your foam roller, follow along. We're gonna start with the hamstrings because the hamstrings are connected to the butt, which is connected to the lower back and connected to the funny bone, whatever. You get the idea. So place the roller right under your knee, right above it, and then apply pressure by putting your other foot on top, like this, ankle on top of the thigh. And then you're going to rotate your foot outwards a little bit. So we're gonna get the short head of the hamstring or the biceps femoris, whatever you would like to call it. And it should feel tense right there. Okay, I feel it right there. So once we're there, we're gonna do a little bit of micro movements to help move it along and release the tension. Man, that already hurts. Okay, so key thing to any releasing technique or pinpointing something that is tender or tight. So if you have a tight quad, I would release everything around the quad and then and the quad as well, right? So it'd be anterior calf, your hips, stuff like that. But because we're doing the low back, and the low back is a central location for a lot of pressure and a lot of usage, we got to get all the muscles that are interconnected with it. So starting with the hamstring, afterwards you should feel that pain go from like a 7 to a 6, but for me it's like a 9 to like hopefully a 7. Oh man, this is really tight. Okay, so from here, right, we're gonna move up a little bit. Oh man. So you might be a little different than me. You might feel more pain up top, you might feel more pain bottom, right? Wherever you feel the most, stay there and then release it. Okay? Everyone is different, so find your own path, forge your own destiny. All right, so now we're gonna move up the hamstring towards the middle meat area, right here. So it's right underneath your glutes, if you can see. Got it. So some slight tension right there. We can rotate our foot backwards so it's nice and straight, and then get right into that hamstring. Okay, so what we're tackling today will be, as you can see, the hamstring, the glutes, the upper back, the hips, and hopefully the psoas. Okay, you're like, what? How do you get the psoas with the foam roller? Well, I'll show you. You don't use the foam roller. You're gonna have to use your own willpower. Just kidding. Okay, we're just gonna be using the tools that we were given, our hands. Okay, so do not be afraid. Okay, everybody good? Okay, we're gonna switch sides. So other leg, place the roller right above the knee, place the ankle right on top, okay, and then rotate your foot out, and then get that outer the hamstring, the short head of the hamstring. Ooh, man, yeah. So your boy got sick. Don't know if it's the disease or the virus, the vid, but you know, I'm better now, obviously. But man, kind of felt like I literally took the second dose of the vaccine again, and then in the morning I was totally fine. Then started hitting me in around noontime, and then by afternoon I was curled up in the fetal position in my bed trying to sweat everything out. Weird. But fever, chills, you know, the good stuff. Hallmarks of very healthy. But the good thing now is I'm okay. Right? The good thing now is I'm okay. If you don't care, thank you for listening. Okay? Alright, now we're gonna move on to the big meat. So move up the thigh, move up the hamstring towards the middle. Right below the glute area. And we're gonna attack right there. Man, that's tight. Okay. So, what's that tell you? What's that tell me? I need to stretch more, or I need to foam roll more. Both. Or, you know, just not get sick and be bedridden for like a day-ish. So, everybody good? Okay. You can get like little micro movements again. Okay, so micro movements just mean small movements forward and backwards on the roller. Right? Whew. Okay. Okay, breathe. Okay. So after we get the okay, good. That pain has dissipated a little bit. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to our glutes. So roller is there. You're gonna sit on it. Okay, like so. And then you're going to bring your right leg on top of your left knee or thigh. Or right foot. Okay, put your right ankle on top of your left thigh, and then that should create this figure 4 position. And then you're gonna lean over towards that right side, and then we're going to get into roll around towards the piriformis glute area, and then try to find any spots there that may be causing some tension. Right, once you find those spots, right, stay there. Yeah, I found it right there. Ooh, yeah. Good. Okay, so the thing with the foam roller, right, you can hit a nerve. You do hit a nerve, you'll feel like a stinging or tingly sensation, right? That's the moment where you have to do not stay on that part, right? Because we don't want to be damaging or rolling out nerve. So just find muscles and then stay there, let it release. Okay, find that tender spot and do micro movements. Okay, how everybody doing? Good. I always like to check up on you, you know? Even though you don't want to check up on me, I want to check up on you. See how you doing. How you doing? Wow, that was... Never do that again. All right. Okay, good. Everybody good? Okay, good. All right, now let's switch sides. Okay. Bring that left ankle on top of the right knee, and then get into that figure 4 position. You should feel that stretch on your left glute now, and then use your right hand to anchor your ankle where your knee is, and then roll around. Find any tender spots around that glute and piriformis area. Got it? Yeah, so we're trying to get all these muscles here. Yeah. Good. Okay, once you find that spot, this is why we roll around, right? We roll around to find tender spots. We don't just move around like all the time. Okay, so you just want to roll around, find those spots, and then do micro movements on those spots. You don't want to just keep moving around willy-nilly just to feel slightly pain or, you know, feeling like you're massaging it out. No, we actively trying to pinpoint some spots, and that will help you ultimately feel a lot better than you did before. Okay, so I will live update you as we go along to see how my back feels, if the tension has released or not. And if it has not released, then, well, you know that I am totally just BSing you. Okay? Okay. Good. Oh! Okay, I found a spot. I found another one. Ah! Oh, wow, where have you been all my life? Probably in the same spot where you have always been. Okay, anybody else feel this pain? No? Just me? Okay. Alright, yeah. So, yeah, it's okay to put your hands behind you and make sure you don't fall. Wow. Was not ready for that. Was not ready for that. Good. Let's wait another couple seconds. And I think we are... Man, don't know yet. Okay. Sometimes you just find another spot, right? Just stay there. You want to just stay there for a little bit. Okay. Good. The pain doesn't have to go all the way down to 0. Okay. It just needs to go from like a 1 or 2 levels down, and then you should be good. Okay. So now we're gonna stay on the back side of the body. So we're gonna go to the upper back now. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, what if your lower back is hurting, right? If there's tension there, why aren't you rolling out your lower back? Well, funny thing is with the foam roller like this, it's not pinpointy enough to get deep into the lower back, right? It's very surface level. It doesn't really get much. And, well, before I finish that sentence, we're gonna go to our upper back. Put your hands behind your head like you're lying down, right? The roller should be right where your shoulder blades are, or the back of your shoulders. You're gonna lift your butt up off the ground, and then you're gonna roll towards your lower ribs, okay? So, finishing that thought, right? And because the roller is the shape it is in, if I go down to my lower back, right, it will be on the spine. And the really cool and unfortunate thing about a foam roller is you cannot roll out bone. You know what I mean? So bone has this tendency of not releasing tension because it's bone. Got it? So find all the spots along the way, right, that you feel are tense. You should feel it in your mid traps. Your shoulder blades, okay? Everything is connected, right? Whether you think so or not. So, if we try to release as much tension around that localized area of tension or pain, right? It will help relieve the tension or pain. Okay? So that's the going theory. It's a good one though. But yeah, you'll learn very quickly that the foam roller doesn't work on your lower back. It might feel good at the time because you might hear some cracks, but it's not good. So just don't do it. Just listen to me. Okay, you listening? Good. Don't roll out bone. Don't use a foam roller on your lower back. Okay? If you want to roll out your lower back, I suggest you either get a peanut. What's a peanut? It's like 2 lacrosse balls, and then you stuck them in a sock, right? So then you close the sock, and then it looks like a little peanut. That's why we call it a peanut, right? or you just use a lacrosse ball in general or a tennis ball and you put it right on the side of your spine where your lower back is, your QL, quadratus lumborum, and then you can get deep into the muscle tissue there. Okay? Everybody doing okay here? Okay, so I've just reached my lower ribs. Trying to release all the tension there. Okay, and now from here, right, I can also, we'll do this together. So once you get the middle, right, of your body, of your upper back, right, so find all them tender spots. Yeah, right there. Okay, still my upper back, not my lower back. These are my lower ribs. Still feeling my ribs. That's good. That's a lot of tension right there. Okay, so I'm gonna stay right there because there's lots of built up tension there. Okay, after this, then we're gonna start rotating. You can also begin before me, but we're gonna stay on our upper back. But now we're gonna concentrate on each side individually. So we can rotate our body over to the left side or to the right side first, and then we'll go to the left. Okay, whichever you prefer, but I'm gonna go to my right side first so that you can see. Thank you, Air Force One, for flying over again. Thank you. We really appreciate you interrupting my videos. But, okay. So now that we're done with the mid part of our upper back, we're going to lean over, right? Rotate our body over to the side. Okay, see that? Rotate over to the side. And then we're going to roll out more concentrated on our lats over to the side. Okay, now you're like, why don't you just lie all the way down to the side? Well, yeah, I could, right? We could go into a full lat stretch or a lat release, but I'm trying to get into all the small details here. So, okay, so we're gonna get right in our upper back, but more over to the side, our lat area, right? You should feel a little bit more of what's going on. So the lats, right, they can interconnect all the way into the spine, right where our back meets. So we want to get all the way in that area. Okay. So right now you probably look like a supermodel doing a nice fancy pose. Okay, which is okay. My hand is still behind my head to give it support, and I am just using my left hand to feel around to make sure I'm getting the correct muscles in the area. Okay? Good? Good. Okay, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, right? It's just a lot of tension, and I just don't want that. You? Okay, good. Everybody good with the right side? Now we can rotate over, right? Hey, rotate over. Start at the top, rotate over to the left side, and just see everything in that area. Okay, it might be a lot different, might be a little different, might be the same, but at least you know what you're looking for. Okay, so for me, my left side isn't as bad, right? There's still spots, I can still find them, but it's not as bad as the right side. Again, you might be a different story. We're not all the same, but we all have the same muscles. Okay, might not be same muscle tension, might not be same muscle size, but we all have, anatomically speaking, we all have the same muscles. Okay, men, women, children. Okay, unless you're an alien or an animal, or well, an animal not human. Okay. Good. So I'm gonna stay on the left side a little longer because I know I spent about a little longer on my right side, so I'll give you a chance to even out. You know what I mean? Because I know I spent a little longer on that side. Okay? We all doing good? Thumbs up? Good. Okay. So now from here, right, I'm going to forego doing fully the latch because we technically got a lot of it by just rotating over to the side. And now we're gonna go towards the front side. So to begin, we're gonna go onto our hip flexor. Right here. Which way? We'll face this way. Okay. So hip flexor on the right side first. Place the roller right where your front jean pocket would be. Okay. And then, you know what? Rotate over to this side so you guys can see a little better. Okay. So lie down on your side. Place your elbow down. Place the roller right where your front jean pocket would be. Right. So my front jean pocket would be right here. So right up top. You should feel the bone up top, so that would be the top of your hip. Okay, that's not where we're rolling out, okay, because that's both. Remember, we don't roll out both. So place the roller right where your front jean pocket would be, extend that bottom leg straight, and then you're gonna take that front leg, you're gonna bend it about 90 degrees, and then you're going to drop it to the ground. Okay, once you drop it to the ground, it should place the roller right at that perfect angle where you can get that hip flexor. Okay, so right elbow down, left palm down, and roll around that hip flexor area. Once you find that tender spot, you're gonna hold it there, and that's gonna really help you out to release around the hip, but also releasing around the low back. Okay. So everything is connected, front, back, side, up, down, left, right, select, start, whatever. But we want to get everything that's interconnected within that low back. So hip complex is a part of your low back because it's literally connected. Okay. Good. So find them spots, right? And then hold it there. Micro movements. You're doing good. I can already feel more blood flow, more release, right? And then after I stand up, I should feel so much better than I did before. So, giving yourself your own massage, right? Pinpointed, calculated massage can always help. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna go onto the left side now. So right here, we're again, slide down your side, place that left elbow down, straighten that bottom leg, place the foam roller right where your front jean pocket would be, extend the bottom leg, bend that front leg, and then drop that knee down, and then get into that hip flexor. Okay? There we go. Okay, so hip flexor can tense up mainly because we do a lot of sitting, right? Or just in general use our hips a lot. So because we're sitting a lot, right? You see that leg is always in that bent position, bent 90-degree position. So that hip flexor is always contracted, right? So when things are always contracted, they become tense. So they get used to being in that position, which is what happens when we have changes in our body posture, right? It's because our body is used to being in a certain position, so our body adapts and then it stays there. So the beautiful thing about our body is it adapts very quickly. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. So you gotta be very, very careful, very wary of what you're doing all day long. Okay, but as long as you start to realize what you're doing, right, it makes you automatically think differently and your body will think differently. Mind muscle connection. Alright, good. Now, how are we supposed to get into our psoas, right? So psoas is that muscle in front of your body, like where your hip is, and it actually connects all the way back to your lower back, right? It connects to your spine. So what we're gonna do, special technique here, a little advanced technique. I'm gonna have you lie down on your back, like so, okay? You're gonna take your hands and you're gonna find where the front of your hip is, okay? So the front of your hip, right here, you're going to take your hand in like a C or like a hook position, and then we're going to go along and pinch that hip. Okay, once you pinch that hip, and then you're going to dig into it. Okay, so once you dig into it, you can use the other hand to help force it in. Yeah, so force it in. So it's like on the inside of your hip. And then you're gonna rub around, and that's your psoas. Okay, so it's on the inside of your hip. So it literally feels like you're going into your intestines. And moving it around. But literally, your muscle is in the way. So use that hook motion, force it in, keep your hand in that hook position, rub around. This might seem weird, but it's a very, very useful technique. Okay? It's okay if you don't want to do this, or you can have someone else do this for you, right? Make sure they're comfortable. Okay, so you can see I have literally dug into my body and just massaging out around that area, because your hip is literally open faced in this position, and now it allows me to dig in. Okay. Right, so your hip is like that, right? And I'm basically going on the inside, right? And then rubbing the muscles inside. So that's your psoas. So we're gonna do the same thing. So put that left hand, right? And then find that hip, dig in. Okay, once you dig in, you can use that. Once you dig in, use your thumb as the anchor on your hip, right? And then you're gonna use that, once you find that hip and dig in, you use that opposite hand to help force it in a little bit, give it a little bit more tension, a little bit easier for your left hand to get in. And then once your left hand is in, you can start massaging it out. So, some techniques I have learned along the way from massage therapists. And this is basically what they do. And you don't have to go so deep, right? Just, slowly you will be able to get better at this, or slowly you will be more comfortable with doing this to yourself. Once you are, right, then you can start to get deeper into the tissue, and you can start to release a little bit more, right? So it's all about repetitions, doing it over and over. The more you do it, the more you get comfortable, and the more your body will thank you. Okay? Alright. Well, that is that. See, I'm okay. I'm okay. And there has been no impaling of my body. How do I feel? Hey, pretty good now, huh? Pretty good. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you learned something, go ahead and like the video, share it amongst someone who you think needs this because they have a tight low back. Posting videos every Wednesday and Sunday, repping my homies All Action clothing right here. Shout outs to All Action. But if you want to get you some sweet gear from my shop, go to bentpinkeez.fit/shop to get you some sweet gear. And as always, your boy Bentpinkeez